like, it's sad to think of like, someone like your dad or you who's, like, strong and brave, and you're always... I don't like this episode.
Say it with your chest.
I'm trying, but the chest is tight right now. Okay.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Dicksons. This episode is episode 15. We are in the first upload of April. Yep. Mm-hmm. And here.
Oh, God. I don't even know what I'm going to look at. Oh.
Yep.
It's a video for... I hate you. You're so stupid.
Don't talk.
So here it is. I'm not your son. You're not my father. We're just two grown men saying goodbye. No need to forgive. No need to forget. I know your mistakes and you know mine. And while you're sleeping, I'll try to make you proud. So daddy, won't you just close your eyes? Don't be afraid. It's my time to chase the monsters away.
Hey, Chris, it's Father. Sitting on my front steps. Finally got a few minutes and decided to give you a call and check in. I know it's been a busy schedule for me, and I'm sure you guys are doing stuff too, but I'll talk to you sometime. Okay, bye.
But I'm not your son. You're not my father. We're just two grown men saying goodbye. No need to forgive. No need to forget. I know your mistakes and you know mine. And while you're sleeping, I'll try to make you proud. So daddy, won't you just close your eyes? Don't be afraid. It's my time to chase the monsters away.
Okay.
Yep. Well, I guess we went in today. I was like, I don't know what the episode's going to be about. And then at like 7 after dinner, I was like, oh, I saw Jen's post. I was just like, oh, he passed away 6 years ago today. Yeah. I never really remember until like later in the day when I see Jen's post, because I just don't pay attention to the days. Not really like a date of the month type remembering stuff, to be honest. But yeah.
I know. I don't usually remember. Like, I don't know the exact day Apollo passed. It's sometime in like the second week of January.
Yeah, it's like
something.
January 14th or something.
But like, I always remember this day.
Yeah.
I remembered when we were outside because my parents brought over a new grill. We were putting it together, and I was talking. It's because it's my Aunt Grace's birthday too.
Oh.
And I know it's the same day. And I was like, oh wait. I had a feeling you didn't remember until later too.
No. So I remember we talked about it in recent episodes where I was like, oh, I always feel like it's like disrespectful to my dad to say like it was like the hardest thing I went through was losing Apollo, but like I almost like have to amend that because like it's like losing Apollo was like a huge shock. Like it was our child, like our first child together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was just such a shock because didn't expect it. Whereas Dad's was like a little bit more like expected. Like I knew it was coming at some point, but also at the same time, like I don't like randomly like if we tell the story about Apollo, I'll be sad for a minute, but like.
It doesn't bring the same amount of emotion thinking about it, I think.
Yeah, and I don't think about it nearly as much. I think about my dad all the time for some reason. Well, not for some reason, but just like a lot.
Yeah.
I don't really, spoiler alert, I don't really believe in, we're not really religious or spiritual or anything like that. But I dream about him a lot. And I don't dream about my mom.
It's so weird.
I don't think it has anything to do
about my parents either.
Yeah, like I never did. I never dreamed about my dad until he died. And now I literally probably once every 2 to 4 weeks ish. Like he
must just be like in your subconscious or something. Is that what they say? I mean, no, it doesn't really make sense because my dreams never make sense. So it can't be in my subconscious.
Because I never dreamed about my dad prior.
Yeah.
And I know people say like, oh, it's just like we're just not religious or spiritual.
Yeah.
It's just
and like. I know I joked about it, but it's just so freaking weird that door just today, it's opened like 2 or 3 times. And it's just like this old...
Where his ashes are.
Dad's chilling in there. And it's this old... It was over here. I think it was in exactly that spot or this spot when we moved in. And your dad had this area set up, like his bed. And I'm pretty sure that vanity was over there. And it's a gorgeous, like, antique vanity. And he's chilling in there with my craft shit. And the kids, like, just walk by. And it just opens. And
keep talking,
it's so
I want to
weird.
check something.
Okay. Also, can I say the SHIT word on YouTube? I think I've slipped up a couple times.
I mean, whatever. I already played James Blunt on fucking... So it's
Are you gonna show that video?
It's gonna
in
the
this
video's
too?
gonna show over it, so it won't hear anything you were saying. That's why I said like don't talk because like it's not gonna hear you anyway. But
okay.
It's gonna play over.
So yeah, I look at the screen and it says for Dad, and I'm like, well,
this is one of the ones where it's like let me take a full second to make sure it's recording because it would be really stupid to hash this whole out and then be like, oh, whoops.
Yeah.
So.
I realized that we'll never have a picture of him and Caroline, and that makes me really sad.
Yep.
Because I saw the one of
I only
Liam.
have that one video, that blurry video of like the Super Bowl reaction, the only video I have of him, and everything else is like not many pictures or anything.
Yeah, we like pulled you in for that hug. I remember that exact moment, like that, where we were standing in Legion.
Yep.
Everything.
Super Bowl 46, I think. Yeah.
We went to that old little bar after.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you want to say the names of things, but yeah.
So yeah, my dad passed away 6 years ago. Yeah, I think about him a lot, like with anything we do to the house, or anytime we go to like a cousin's wedding, or like cousins having a kid, or like a big event, like we've talked about briefly on other podcasts. Or when any of those songs play, or when any show just happens to be like, oh, someone's dad's dying. I'm like, that fucking sucks. Yep.
I know. I never had a reaction to sad songs like that until like your dad passed and we had kids.
Yep.
And now it's just an instant tearjerker.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, especially that James Blunt song. Like the other songs are like kind of like, like that Dean Lewis song with the it's the one you always cry to even still today because it's just like your face reminds me of mine or whatever he's saying. He made a song for his dad who got cancer, but his dad beat it, but he made a song for him, so it's about like the idea of losing your dad. But that James Blunt song is just different. It's
just to think of someone like
it's different because it's like it's two men. And at some point, like, Liam will have these same feelings. Where it's like... It's
sad to think of someone like your dad or you who's, like, strong and brave and you're always... I don't like this episode.
Say it with your chest.
I'm trying, but the chest is tight right now. Okay.
Just talk through it.
I'm trying really hard. To think of them like scared and vulnerable in that moment.
Yep. It's like I briefly touched on last episode where I was like, even like as adults and as men, like it's maybe a little bit more because like we're supposed to, and even if it's like a bad stereotype, but like we're supposed to have things together and take care of people or take care of everyone else or whatever. But yeah, we're all just little boys that just like sometimes like when men are in their like final moments and they're like calling for their mom.
Yeah.
It's just like everyone's just still little kids that just went through stuff. That's why it's like I think that like what we briefly touched on last episode was like you got like everyone needs to have more empathy. Like we're all just kids doing this for our first time and are scared and anxious or jealous or whatever. It just seems like that's why it bothers me when like spouses are so divisive towards each other. It's like, bro, we're all just kids that are just gone through enough shit to where it's like we're adults now. Like we don't always have shit together and aren't always not scared or whatever.
I just had a really weird, morbid thought too. It's like it sucks that like I would never want to be there in the moment for our kids dying, but it sucks that we can't be there for them.
Oh,
when I mean, I really hope, they're old and gray and we're long gone by then, but it's just you want to be
they
there
go
for
with
your
their
kids.
Spouse
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yes, exactly.
92.
Yeah. Laying in bed together.
Well, no, because it's like you're thinking about it from like a mother. Like Liam's going to want you in that moment, and we won't.
Yeah.
Be there. So, hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, I don't say hopefully. I don't know. It's weird.
No, hopefully. Like hopefully
we're not. Yeah. For our sake.
And theirs, because that would have meant that they lost us early. We should have brought tissues over here. Okay.
Yeah, you didn't know anything about what this episode was.
No, I didn't. I was like, what are we going to talk about? I don't know.
Oh, my dad. But. So,
and I saw you editing something, and I figured you were going to post it on Facebook or something. I didn't think anything of it.
Yeah. So, yeah, 6 years ago today, so, like, this morning, we're still at the other house. I have work that morning, and I'm sleeping on the couch because at the time, like, I would have to wake up early, and I didn't want to wake up Liam, so Apollo would sleep downstairs with me on the couch. You would sleep upstairs with Liam because if I had to wake up at 6, like I don't want to wake y'all up if you aren't already up or whatever. And you woke me up around like 7 something.
Mm-hmm. Jen called me. So
Karen, his longtime girlfriend, called Jen. Jen called you. You called me, and was like, "Can't find Dad." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Can't find Dad." Karen left his house last night around 8. Went there back at like 6 in the morning to either drop the dog off or whatever they were going to do. His car's not there. Called the hospitals and everything. He's not at the hospitals. Drove around town.
And the dogs were still home.
Dogs were still home. Not answering his phone. Or his phone's off. One of the two. And I'm like, okay. I don't really think anything of it, but like still in the back of my head, I'm like, all of those added together aren't really great news, but I mean, it's not even been 24 hours. I mean, 99% of the time, it's fine. When you think somebody's missing, like 99% of the time, if it hasn't been a long time or they're, not like a risk person, right? It's like not like a kid missing.
Yeah.
Like he's an adult. But I was like, all right. So I just called my boss and I'm like, not going to be in. That was like, not going to be in. My dad's missing or something like that. So, I didn't even expect to say anything else. And obviously it was fine. It's just, I'm not coming in. So I started driving there start driving to here from where we lived, like 20, 30 minute drive. And I call Karen and I'm like, check down like some of like the, you know, like the roads he usually brings the dogs on. Because if he's not at the doctor's and he's not home, and like she called the hospital, like no place was him, and then he wasn't anywhere in town. I was like, maybe he's just chilling, watching the sunrise. I don't know. Like, just sometimes he would just chill and just whatever. But I knew. So I called Jen on the way there, and I was like, if I find his car, I'm probably not going over there. I would be somebody that would be able to handle seeing whatever I could see, but like, just didn't feel the need to subject myself to it if that was the case.
Yeah.
So, I realized, fast forward, obviously, he passed away, but I realized when I made the post, it does actually kind of sound confusing because I did say, like, I wish he would have called me and said goodbye. So it kind of led people to believe that, like, he opted out rather than he passed or chose to or whatever, but it really wasn't the scenario. And then I'll reverse and go back to it. But I do understand, like, the confusion once I've, like, read it even today. I'm like, oh, I guess I kind of see why people thought that because I wasn't very clear about whatever. But, so Karen's friend that was going around with her calls me and is like, we found him. He's gone. It's like, okay. And I was like, well, I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to go to his house.
You forgot to say, like, the day or 2 days before
I'm going
that?
to, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. So I was like, I'm just going to head to his house. And once y'all call whoever you need to call to do whatever they need to do, I can come get the car or whatever, which is what I'm assuming I need to do. So, 2 days prior, he had fallen out back. So he deteriorated a lot over about a 5-10 year period. Basically, long story short, sorry for doctoring you dead, but he was having trouble peeing. So they were giving him like water pills and all this different stuff to salt. Like he just like couldn't pee. Like it just kept getting backed up, and then getting backed up was making him recycle the stuff through his kidneys, and he was taking a lot of medicine for it, which was again hurting more of his kidneys because he couldn't really pee it out. So his body just kept recycling the same waste. And then finally he went to like Syracuse or something. They diagnosed him with just an enlarged prostate, and that was putting pressure on something, making it so it was hard to pee. And then he put on something else, and then he was good. But it had done so much damage to his kidneys that he had to be on dialysis. And he was on dialysis for so long. If you don't know what dialysis is, they get hooked up to a machine, takes your blood out of your body, filters it, puts it back in. But in the process of doing that, sometimes it takes good things as well. Like there's good proteins and good, like it can't, it's not perfect. So like he would just have random issues. Like he would retain too much fluid in his body. That would kind of leave like fluid in his abdomen that he'd have to drain on his own. Yeah, and it just like it he started like losing teeth because he was losing certain minerals, calcium. I don't know. Either way, like it just like it was after a decent amount of time on dialysis, his body was just breaking down, and you could like clearly see like every year, just like damn, he just looks like he's struggling. But he's kind of the same way I was. Like, there's no point in talking about it. It is what it is. Like he's I'm gonna pass away someday. I'm like whatever. Like no reason be upset about it today, right? Like, so it was never really an issue. He would just be like, yeah, going to the doctors for this stuff. They're concerned about this stuff. I'm trying to do this stuff. It's just a bunch of I'm like, yeah, I get it. You're probably fine. He's like, yeah, whatever. What are you going to do? I'm like, I don't know. And then we would just go on about our day, right? So it was like, it wasn't a big deal. But we both knew, it was pretty clear. But he was having trouble, like, even getting inside, and he was not somebody like I genuinely didn't even offer help there. Like, I know there was one time like, you want help? And he was just like, no. Okay. You want me to just wait inside? Yep. Okay. Just come inside. Like, not a big deal. Whatever. He's going to be how he's going to be. Like, if I'm at that place in my life, like, no, I don't want, like, no, I want to be able to do it. And the second that I can't do it, I won't be here. Like, that's pretty much how he was. Well, one day, unfortunately, he tripped over, one of the dog's cables out back and hit back of his head on the concrete, and apparently was like out for a bit, and then our next door neighbor found him. And he didn't go to the doctor. And Karen called and said he doesn't want you or Jen to know. And I said, I get it. So don't, he doesn't want you to call, like he doesn't even want you to know, but I figured I want you to know. So, okay. So long story short, that ended up being what he passed away from. So it was like don't know the medical terminology, but basically like a brain bleed.
Yeah.
And honestly, not a bad way to go.
Yeah.
Right? Like all things considered, like it pretty much would have just been. So apparently that morning, I don't know if he knew or I don't know. Like it was just very odd to have left the dogs here because he would not go on a drive without the dogs.
Yeah.
So that's why I said like I wish he would have called.
Yeah.
And had been like, I don't know.
I know, it's like what was he feeling? What was he thinking? But
that's so he drove to this spot. There's a nice looking view. The view is actually in part of that song where he's playing the voicemail. That's the only like really voice I have for him. Mm-hmm. And he had a drink. He had the radio on because when I turned it back on, the radio was on. He had the drink there and that he hadn't finished. Mm-hmm. So I mean, he drove to a nice place and was chilling and having a drink and watching, I don't know, like the sunrise while he was listening to music, and he had a brain bleed, which is likely, I don't think you have any nerve endings in your actual brain, so you probably wouldn't have really felt it. You would have just fallen asleep. Well, no, I know, like you don't have like nerve endings like in your. So sometimes that's why, like when you have like a brain bleed and you have to go get it checked because you just won't know.
Don't know.
So he probably, like I said, not an awful way to go.
Yeah.
But even though I'm like, oh, I kind of wish he would have called, but like, what's he gonna like? What are we gonna say? I think I'm dying. Like, normally I don't really tell you like what to do, but like, can we make that not happen? Right? Like, there's like no good conversation me and my dad are gonna have at that point. Like, or not good, but like.
And it's too late at that point. He wouldn't have been able to.
I mean,
I don't think anyway. I don't know.
It wouldn't have been a conversation either of us really enjoyed. Mm-hmm. And it wouldn't have given me like any extra closure or anything, or him maybe. I more think about it for him. Like, would he have wanted to
I don't know.
Chat with somebody? But like I said, the idea of him.
He's kind of a loner though. Like.
Kinda, but it's kind of the same way like I'm a loner. Like I do want people around. Like he wanted Karen around all the time. He wanted dogs around all the time. Like there was always times like he was, there was never a time where he's like, I don't really want like y'all to come on. Like there's.
Mm-hmm. But if you're going through something, then you kind of close off.
Yeah.
You don't talk about it.
Yeah,
And he's probably that times 100.
True. Yeah, so had to get his car, and I kind of just sat there in the seat because it was like I said, I'm always very aware of pivotal moments of my life, and I'm like, this is one of those. Like, and it happens every time. Like I've talked about it, like when in the documentary, like when I was competing in games and I played against like the makers of the game. I was like, this is a big moment in my life. Like at the time when I'm like 15, and when like something else happens, or when we have a kid, or like when I'm laying there with Apollo, or sometimes when I'm just like, I remember a moment where I'm just taking Liam from you because he wouldn't sleep, and there was a time where he would only sleep bouncing on me, and I would have to try to transfer him back to you. Mm-hmm. And I would be like, I would stand there sometimes and just be like, I'll remember like this moment. Like it's almost like I choose to save that memory. Like I can choose which one to save.
Like a snapshot.
Like I will actively sit there and think like I know where we were. We're at the old house. We're upstairs. It's completely dark, sloped thing next to my head or whatever, and he's just doing the thing, and I'm just like, I will remember, like I know I will remember this moment forever, and I just like mentally
burn it in your brain.
Remember exactly like what it looked like in the dark, where that little TV was against the wall in front of the bathroom. Like I remember everything, what everything looked like. So that was one of those moments. Like I'm sitting in the last place he was, seeing the last things he ever saw. Like in all right, and that none of that will ever be the same again. Like that day where we are on Earth, right?
The clouds,
like nothing will, nothing will ever. Even if I like drove there, the car's gone. That was his drink, right? Like that moment, was the closest like I'd ever like be to where he was again. Obviously, because I'm not gonna go look at the body. We're not doing a bear.
No.
I'm just not. I have no sentimental value to anything post life. I just don't like. It doesn't make me feel better. I don't know. Just how I am. So, but I wanted that moment to be saved, and I can remember exactly what it looks like, exactly where we were.
Yeah.
Drove his car back. After I got the call that said that he passed away, or that they found him, or whatever. Called Jen. Specifically remember that phone call. Specifically remember her reaction. For privacy's sake, I won't like talk about our conversation.
Yeah.
But
Not
that was
easy.
tough. I'm kind of up here alone in terms of like his/our family. Like there's like obviously you and you're part of our family, but like our family we grew up with, like obviously my mom's not here, none of his sisters are here, Jen's not here. It's just me having to kind of do all this by myself. So it was like, but either way, I wouldn't. Every single person I called was like, I'll come up, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
I don't want people here. To be fair, didn't even really want Karen here, but I felt out of due respect for what she was to my dad. Like, if you need, like, you don't have to stay here alone. Like, well, you know. So we did this process of funeral home and kind of just sat here in silence for a good while. Called the sisters, called anybody that like needed to know, and let them know. Made a post about it on Facebook so people would know. And I've talked about it on stream a few times, but it's like they're like, do you regret like not seeing him more before the end, or regret not calling him after you found out he had his head or anything? I'm like, no, not really.
I feel
we
like
saw
it
each
might
other
have
as much as we
caused
could.
him anger or like issues between him and Karen at that point too, if you did.
If what?
Because she said that he didn't want her
Oh.
to tell you guys.
Yeah.
So it might have caused him like extra stress before too.
That's why I wouldn't have anyway.
Yeah.
The same thing with like, I'm not going to tell him what to do with his health unless like I have like advice and if it would be actionable or reasonable to. But the issue was, if we're talking about 6 years ago, so this was 2020, so this is the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
He was already having a pretty hard time breathing in general anyway. I remember I would sit there and I would watch him like hold his nostrils open to try and get air in, because the extra liquid he was retaining in his body was like pushing against, like he just couldn't really breathe well. And it was just like with COVID, right at that point, like the next flu or something he got, I felt like would be very traumatic for his body. Like, in if you were to tell me that he survived that moment just to try to make it through COVID, with how many times he was having to go to the doctors, like the odds of him not getting sick, and if he already is having trouble breathing, and I understand COVID affects a lot of people differently, right? But irregardless of like when we've gotten COVID, hasn't been too bad, but like him, if he got it, weakened immune system, on dialysis, already can't breathe. If there was a process where he was going to either end up here just struggling to breathe or in a hospital alone, like, no, like I don't regret that at all. Like I think there is no better way he could have gone. Yeah. Because like I said, what do you think the odds were that he doesn't get COVID over the next 18 months?
He would have definitely got
while
it.
going to the doctors 3 days a week for dialysis, and then also heart appointments and all this different stuff. And then I would have to be scared of even coming to visit here with, you know, working in the public, bringing kids who are always sick.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, I wish, you know, the kids could have met him and whatnot. Like we've mentioned before, like he would have been a great like grandfather in terms of like what he would have enjoyed with sports, and if, you know, he could have had like long, you know, years with them. But it is what it is. I didn't get like super amount of time with my grandparents either, and you know, just that's you know, it's just how it is sometimes. But no, I don't regret it. I think if I could have chosen a number of ways for my dad to go, that one is probably as close to like, yeah, that's good. That's like, if that's how I go, granted, not alone, wouldn't appreciate going alone, but like, right, if I, you know,
we're going together.
slowly falling asleep from a brain bleed that I don't maybe really know exists, but maybe kind of know. Like,
Yeah.
that's probably not good.
Yeah. I probably said bye to the dogs and.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
said, him leaving the dogs is just like the thing that makes me be like, he had to have
Yeah.
somehow kind of known, but
Mm-hmm.
he was confident enough to take a drive, which is pretty risky.
Yeah.
So, but like, what you have to understand is like, he wouldn't go on a ride without the dogs, but if he knew something was possibly going to happen, that would leave the dogs stuck in a car, which he wouldn't do.
Right.
But he would never go for a ride without the dogs. So that's why it was like the second that I heard that in that morning, I was like, dogs are home? Like, in my head, I was just like, that's not good. And that's why people thought like I suggested that he chose to go.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was a choice to go. I think he may have just known.
Yeah. I'm positive he did.
And
he had to have known.
If you could say like, oh, well, if he knew, why didn't he just go to the, no.
Yeah.
Go to the hospital for what?
Yeah.
To there's no visitation. You're stuck by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And trust me, he hated going to the doctors and shit like that. So no, this was the way.
It was kind of like on his terms. Like he
Yep.
could kind of have control over it as much as you can.
So to get what? To get another year of this shitty life where he can barely breathe, can barely walk inside.
Mm-hmm.
To get what? Why extend life by one more year of low quality life?
Yeah.
Like, why is the quantity more important than the quality?
Mm-hmm.
Than to just go falling asleep or whatever.
Yep.
But
my contacts are all blurry now.
yeah, don't sue me, James Blunt. It's the song, man. There was a Alex Warren song that he's coming out with where he's talking about his dad that passed away, and
that's a good one too.
It's not fully out yet, and it's kind of very specific to his story with his dad, so it just didn't fit as much as this one.
Mm-hmm. No, I felt like that was a good one, and if he sees it, he's gonna be like, wow.
Well, he's not gonna see it. It would be his like record company that just like automatically does stuff, but it's not like him personally being like, "Yo, Chris, take this down, you dick." But yeah, that song I remember when I heard it the first time. The first time I heard it was we were talking about on that one podcast. Ian Tongi did a
his version's really good.
Version of it, an acoustic version of it for American Idol.
Yeah.
And I heard the lyrics for the first time, and obviously I was just like, oh fuck.
Here we go.
Yep. But it's just like there's literally like no better song for a like man losing his father.
Mm-hmm. It's a weird thing to think about and just to kind of imagine as a woman too.
It's kind of it's I don't know if it's something I can explain really.
Yeah.
Because it's like it says like we're two grown men saying goodbye, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
we're supposed to be the ones who like handle burdens, but then like he's kind of passing that on to me.
Yeah.
So it's like he spent his life preparing me to be able to handle his passing, and that's like what I have to do for Liam, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I have to prepare him to be able to handle me being gone, and it only makes me sad because it's like then like he'll have to experience this, but
Yeah. I'm not okay with that.
yeah, it's just life.
Life is tough.
Yep, but I don't feel like anybody really knew my dad better than me. Maybe Karen.
Mm-hmm.
Karen's probably fair.
Yeah.
But like it's like we're the same fucking person. Like the same person.
He's just
minus
you on
like
steroids.
No, he's me, but I feel like learned a lot of very great traits from him and then actively chose to ignore some of the other ones. I was like, this is a trait I admire about my dad, and this is a trait I admire about my dad, and then like I would like these traits, but I would probably just do this different, and then that's just that's just what I adopted. There was moments where I was just like, everybody loves my dad. everybody.
Yeah.
There's not a single person I don't know who didn't know and also love my dad in this entire town.
And his flowers.
His flowers, he would do
I've dropped the ball. Sorry, Richie.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll get there one day. Maybe it'll be this year when Caroline's in school for 3 hours and I'll do some gardening. I don't know.
I feel like you'll do it, but then you'll just go through like your phase, kind of like the sourdough phase. You'll do it, and then you'll be like, for like
I've
a
got
couple
a
months.
focaccia getting ready out there right now.
Um,
And he was just so devoted to those. They looked really good. That's
he
a
was
lot
devoted
of
to
work,
whatever
though.
he did.
Like, that's a lot of work.
Hmm.
It was a lot.
I remember he every time it happened, he was like, "Do not bring a dog here," and I was like, "I already have a dog, right?" And then those dogs became his life. Like, no, do not bring this dog here. When I was like 17 or so, got a dog with my high school girlfriend at the time. Just like bringing it back and forth between houses. I guess that's what we were doing, and we kind of just did it. Rex, yep, and then Tank I got in Florida, and then brought him here, and then he just kind of.
They were his life.
Yeah, they were his life. Yeah, for sure. That's why, like, when we say it was weird that he left the dogs here, like, he wouldn't go on a drive alone. Mm-hmm. like when the dogs could have gone, he brought them everywhere. If he was going to the Legion to do something, bringing the dog, like, everywhere. Mm-hmm. Do you remember meeting him? Like, the first time? Probably would have just been in passing, so it wouldn't have been, like, a big moment for us. It would have just been, like, passing through, like, hey, Dad,
like
this
we
is
were just
Maria.
going upstairs or something, and he would be down here. It makes me sad. I don't really remember the first time.
It would have been in passing.
Do you?
Like, remember you guys meeting?
Yeah.
No, I think it would have just been in passing. I'm assuming it would have just, like I said, it wasn't like a thing like, oh, she's meeting my parents. It would have just been like, you're coming here, and I would have just been like, hey, Dad, this is Maria.
Yeah, and
that
we
would have been it.
probably like came downstairs,
Mhm.
had dinner, sat out there and watched football.
Mhm.
Karen cooked.
Yep. Yeah.
She always cooked. He peeled potatoes though.
Well, no, he cooked a lot because he would always make like some funny joke like Chef Boyardee or something like that. He would just make like
that's cute.
He would just make like pork chops or something. And he would just, I'm like, yeah, I mean.
He did grill. He liked to grill too. And fish. He'd bring home fish.
No, I mean like like we stayed with my mom and we'd come here on weekends, and then Mom left when I was 17. It might have been 18. Yeah, it was 8. She left when I was 18 because I think I got told on my birthday at 18 years old she was heading to Florida, so I was moving in with my dad.
Mm-hmm. I thought you were young.
He said he called me. And it might have been a weekend or something because I remember I was like, damn, this is shitty birthday news. But it was like, hey Chris, you mind coming down to the house so I can talk to you? And I was like, yeah. He's like, all right. I was like, okay. So I had to like walk downtown. Like, and like he wanted me to meet him as soon as I got out of work, but like didn't come pick me up. It was just a really weird thing, and I was just like, they're like, what? I was like, my dad wants to like talk to me. And they're like, okay. And I was like, it would. It's just like this isn't something that happens where he calls me and says, "Can we talk?" It's like we would have just, if we had something to say, we'd just been like, "Hey, Chris, this is what's going on," and I've just gone, "All right," and then that would have been it. No, but I walked down there and he's like, "So your mom's gonna be heading to Florida. You're gonna be moving in here," and I was like, "Okay." Not a big deal. Wasn't really like, I wasn't upset about moving here, but I was like, oh, okay. I mean, all right. So he kind of, had a teenager dumped into his lap, and just started cooking and started doing all the stuff he would need to do to take care of whatever. And
Chef Boyardee.
yeah, yeah, he just, right. And he just, he just took over like the parenting role, like, or whatever. So,
What?
Just thinking about.
Yeah. How
Spend
was
that-
it? Like,
what?
how was it?
The food?
Well, just everything. I don't know.
Oh, fine. Like we coexisted fine. I had bad habits of like not cleaning up stuff and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
That frustrated him, which completely understand. Like I even like we'd have friends over, right, and we'd be loud at like 2 a.m. and he's doing construction every day at like 6 a.m. and like at the time we're kind of just like, damn, man, like relax. But like, you know, thinking back, like if I had to work some shitty construction job at 7 a.m. at the break of dawn and somebody's upstairs playing rock band just doing this, like, yeah, I'd be like, can you guys stop? Like I get it. So yeah, I get it now. Like at the time it was just like, oh fuck, all right, my bad. But yeah, no, I mean, he just had basically just a ton of kids coming in and out of the house for years in his house, in his space.
Mm-hmm.
Reasonably all right about it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Was it weird for you
What?
moving down here and
Nah.
Yeah.
Same way I act now. Like when stuff changes, I'm just like,
mm-hmm.
whatever. Okay. It's fine. No, we really only ever got in like 2-ish big fights. The time where I quit the first job he got me, which was at like the high school or whatever, or no, at the elementary school, cleaning 7 to 4 for $5 an hour, 40 hours a week at 13 or 14 years old. And I was just
so
like,
fun.
yeah, like all my friends are like out doing stuff and I'm working literally a full-time job, 40 hours a week, the same school hours in the middle of summer. Like I was just like did it like 2 weeks and I was like, I'm good.
That's awful.
I was like, Dad, I'm quitting. And he's like, you can't quit. And I was like, and this is the first time I was ever like, no, like I'm quitting. Like I've quit. I'm not going back. And then he called me later and was like, I called them. You can go back on Monday. And I was like, I'm not going. And I remember my uncles were up here at the time. My not my dad's side, but my mom's side. It was really awkward. Like we kind of had like a fight in front of like them. And I was like, I'll get applications. I will apply until I get a new job or whatever. Like I will find a new job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not going back to that one.
Yeah.
And he told me to F off. Like that's what, you know, is the first time he'd ever been told no by me. And then so like I just didn't go to his house anymore over the summer. Like I just didn't go.
Mm-hmm.
Then he like dropped off a card for my birthday and was like, proud of you for sticking up for what you thought was right or whatever or something. Then I called him and he's like, you want to start coming back on weekends? I was like, yeah. And then we were good. And then one other time where he was down here stairs here talking to Karen. So long story short, whole bunch of nonsense happened in Florida. And there was an issue with DirecTV. It's like I was trying to leave there. So I was like calling to cancel my service. Like I'm moving. And they're like, okay, so just I was like, you guys are going to come pick up the boxes? And they're like, we don't do that. We'll send you boxes and then you send them back. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to be in Florida. I'm going to be in New York. So do you want to send the boxes to that address? Do you just want me to take the boxes with me? Because you don't obviously want me to leave them here. Long story short, they didn't understand. They still sent them to Florida. I had to call back. Then they sent them to New York. And then I sent them to them. And then they sent them back and said they didn't get here in time. So now you have to pay for them. And I was like, so you actually had possession
I remember.
of
So
the
stupid.
boxes themselves, sent them back to me because they passed some arbitrary date or deadline that you guys messed up in the first place. And now you guys want me to pay for the total cost of the actual boxes, which you're saying is around like $500-$600 instead. So you not only received the boxes, had them in your hands, but then decided to say, nah, send them back to me and now try to charge me for them. And now you want me to pay for them. And they're like, yeah. And I was like, well, now I have the boxes and I'm also not paying. I was like, I'm in the process of paying off a lot of debt to a lot of different people from stuff that happened in Florida. By principle, I am not sending you money. You can send it to collections.
So stupid.
You can send it to whoever. But just to be clear, you had the boxes back and you chose to send that equipment back to me, which lost you money because you could have just refurbished those or reused those. And you're not going to get money from me. So instead of accepting the boxes and getting the rest of the money I owed you, you're now getting nothing. And my dad didn't really understand that when I was telling him. He's like, we got all these like boxes up there. Like he just like, I don't know if he just took it from DirecTV. Like, why do we have all this equipment? I don't know what he's trying to do with it. And I was just like, he didn't know I was there. I was like, excuse me? And then I was like, briefly explained it to him. I was like, can we not insinuate that I'm stealing DirecTV boxes or whatever you just tried to do. And then he like shook my hand. He's like, I'm really sorry. I'm just confused by it. Didn't mean to insinuate that. And I was like, okay, fair. But no, I would not steal DirecTV boxes. These aren't worth anything. Like, he's like, okay, I didn't know. Just don't understand why we're sitting here with him. And I was like, explained it to him again. And he was like, I wouldn't pay either. So those are like the only 2 fights we really ever got in. Other than that, we, pretty good relationship, honestly.
Yeah.
The entire duration of our lives. That's it. Like every time, like I said, like last, whatever, couple episodes ago, it was just like every time they're like, oh, he'd be so proud of you. And I'm like, I know. I wish he could see this.
I know. I was just thinking that. I wish he could just see the house.
Not even just the house. Like we're sitting in here raising a family in his house, like with like, you know, no offense, but just like, you know, I was watching that video earlier and it's like, your father is the only man that ever wants you to be better than him. No man ever wants another man to be better than him. It's just not how like the competitive nature works. People can call it toxic masculinity, all whatever, sure. But like, I want like when you're talking between a man and another man, like I want them to do well, but you never want them to do better than you.
Yeah, you want to be the best.
Yeah, like you want to be the best husband or the best streamer or the best worker at something. Like you want them to succeed as well. Like when you see your friends succeed, you're like dope. But like you don't want them to succeed more than you. You want like because you want to also be like it's. People think that sounds toxic, but the competitive nature between people is never like, damn, he's doing better than me, I want to tear him down. It's like I want to build him up, but I need to can get going then, right? Yeah. Like I can't just let all my like it's so hard to explain because it sounds toxic, but I promise it's really not, because we're not sitting there. Groups of men are never sitting there like we're all competing for everything all the time, and that sounds like it would be toxic.
Yeah, but like old men when they start to mow the lawn, they're like, "Oh, I gotta mow my lawn now."
Yeah, like oh, like look at his yard. I gotta make my yard look a little better, and whatever. And it's like we're all competing all the time, but it's never in a way that's tearing each other down. Like when somebody succeeds, we're like nice, and then we don't try to tear them down. We're like, he doesn't deserve it. We're immediately just like, Jesus, I gotta, and it's just because you don't want people to work harder than you. You don't want people to work harder than you. You don't want people to achieve something you can't. Like it's just a natural part of healthy competitiment. Now, if we were tearing each other down, I could see why it'd be. Yeah. If they were succeeding and we're like, he doesn't deserve that, he's just a blah, and then that would be toxic. But it's just this constant like. You see it in the content creator space, right? Like, you know, like I'll be doing really well, and like I know my content creator friends will be like, damn. Like I need to, and then I'll see like other, you know, content creators step up and they'll be doing something and focusing on something in the same, you know, area I'm doing, and they'll start seeing a lot of success, and I'll think to myself like, well, damn. And I never think about it in a way that's like, damn, I wish you weren't successful. It's like, damn, I need to get doing better. So it's like a quote like where it's like, your father is the only person in the world, the only man in the world that wants you to be better than him.
It makes sense, because I feel the same way about Caroline.
Yeah.
I want her to be a way better version of me.
It's like, I wish he could have seen what we've achieved, because again, like he would want me to be better than him. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, see, I am. But, like, we have a successful family, a successful marriage, raising 2 good kids, 2 healthy kids, building up and fixing this house, doing it in a way that we're not stuck doing construction or something we hate. And I'm not saying he hated construction or anything like that. I'm not saying he didn't have a life that he enjoyed. But, like, we're doing whatever we want to do in the house that he raised us in. And I don't know if anything as a father could, like, tell you, like, or give you any bigger sense of like pride about that. So when they're like, he would be really proud of you, like my answer in my head, and I don't really say it, is I know, like I know he would, like this, like it would be great to and that's why anytime we achieve something, I'm like, damn, it'd be really cool to have him have been able to see any of this or whatever. But
would.
That's like the biggest regret is just him not being able to see any of the achievements. And I did have some achievements and some good moments. And he went to our wedding and, you know, met Liam a few times.
Yeah.
Like maybe 5 or 6 times. But, you know, it's only so much fun meeting a fucking toddler. They're so annoying.
And Liam was a vocal baby. So, and it was only like his first year of life. So
yeah. So it's, you know, he's just going to be whining and crying all the time. He's, you know, he's like a year old.
Mm-hmm.
He would have been.
I'm pretty sure he was screaming and crying on the way out on the last time we saw him too.
Yeah. We last saw him on December 25th of 2019.
Yeah.
No, we did. Did we come down here for Christmas, or would it have been the night before, 24th?
No, we would always come down Christmas night, I think.
Christmas night?
Yeah.
Oh, either way. So.
Pretty sure. Before kids, anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, we had Christmas here. We ate. You know, I'm sure he was annoyed by the screaming child, just like anybody would be. But you know, he never really said anything. He was just like, "Oh, it's a baby. That's what it does."
Yeah. He liked watching football here.
Yep. he like as long as it was like bright green grass, like he was chilling. But he passed, and then Tank passed right after. Rex had passed 6 months prior.
Yeah.
Karen passed about a year after, and so did the other dog. So everybody that was living in this house, like a year later, was gone.
It's nuts.
Yep.
It's so weird.
I know.
I don't know.
That's a very weird concept.
Yeah, I don't like.
Like
to
obviously,
think about it.
like my dad was like the first real moment of death I experienced, which is pretty lucky by 31.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just never ended. It was like dad, childhood dog, childhood dog, childhood dog, Karen, Buddy, Grandpa Jack,
Yeah.
my friend Matt Coe, who I grew up with. And what's really weird is like, sometimes stuff like that will happen. Like Matt Coe, like he was like our best friend, like me, Matt, and Matt Delaney, like all hung out, got coached by my dad together all the time. And the first thing I thought, like when I saw it on Facebook, was I was like, oh, I gotta tell my dad. And I was like, well,
Yeah.
well, that's a stupid thought.
I know. I mean, I have really stupid thoughts like that too sometimes still. I mean, I don't think it's happened in a while, but we'll come into town or I don't know, something. I'll be like, oh, we'll have to stop and see his dad. And I'm like, he's not in our house. Or I don't know.
Yeah, just like
stupid stuff like that.
Just like what this house is now. It's so wild.
It's so different.
Like I work every day right where he slept, and we eat dinner right where he sat and watched TV and whatever. It's just weird.
I know. This story, like, and then the family before that, it's just, I love this house that it's, you know, just been through so many generations and just so much.
They all got raised here. They all have stories here.
Yeah.
It's
It's got to be cool for them too. Like your aunts and uncles and stuff. I also like that you had mentioned that your mom's brothers were here, so everybody still kind of hung out, like both sides. Yeah, everyone loved
my dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, there was, you know. Yeah.
It's good co-parenting.
Yeah, nobody really disliked each other. If like legally my dad could have been like, no, he can't stay at your house this weekend, you know, when I was 14 or whatever, and I just had a fight with him. If I didn't want to go somewhere or I wanted to go somewhere, there was never an issue. And also with me, how me and Jen were, right, we're both stubborn. I think we both got pretty solid traits from our parents. Like we both are stubborn, but we both are pretty reasonable, empathetic, and understanding. So it's like, I'll give you an example. If either of our parents tried to be like, no, you have to do anything, like, oh, you know, you have to go to your dad's this weekend, it would be like, no, I don't. And we just wouldn't. Right? What are you going to do? Right? You're going to call the cops and you know what I mean? Yeah, we were.
I can see
It was.
that.
It was a healthy amount of defiance, but an equal amount of respect. That it was like, we're just not cool right now. I'm just not going down there. That's it. And then the second we patched things up and whatever, and he's like, you want to start coming back? It's like, yeah. And then there's no issues. But I felt really bad when I was moving to Florida the first time, because I was like, a lot of people had like left for a variety of reasons, reasons they needed to leave, which I respected, handled as adequately as I could as a young man and growing up. But I was like, the only person who never really like left is my dad, and now I'm leaving him. So it felt like a weird, like I'm just like leaving him alone. It's like, yeah, I'm like at least leaving him the dogs, but it's like I'm like the last child to move out, and I'm leaving him by himself, and I'm like, what if he's lonely, or what if he's whatever?
Yeah.
Like, we don't talk about it.
Was Karen in the picture at that time or no?
Yeah, but I don't think it was in the same way.
Yeah, because towards the
By
end,
the time like we started dating, like I think she was like much more consistently here.
I remember when she got sick, he was emotional about it at one time, and he said something about realizing what the L word was.
Yep. Like I said, he kind of knew. Like, there's only so long you can like make that body last, and it's like this weird thing that I realized with any health issues I've gone through is like when you'll experience this too, like, but we both will experience it in a way after I describe this. When you do something to your body and you hurt it, it's like a sense of responsibility, like you hurt your body. But when your body just won't let you do things, you start to feel like betrayed by it. Like right now, like if we don't get things checked or we don't do things, like you have a level of control, and if you're not doing those things, not taking care of your body, and it starts to deteriorate, it's like I'm not doing the right things. But like if it's like, my dad, where it's just like I'm doing the right things, but like my body's just breaking down. Yeah. It's just like this sense of like frustration of like you're just being betrayed by this body that you're in. And he obviously, he couldn't do things anymore. Yeah. He was basically just surviving. So it's like, I think he knew. I could tell there's a little, like that voicemail he sent that I played at the beginning of the video was impactful enough that I didn't delete it. Like I saved it. I was just like, he doesn't usually. He
sounded kind of emotional at the end too.
Yeah. He didn't usually call and be like, hey, like, yeah. It was kind of just like, we'll see each other when we can, and that's just how it is. Like he's got busy stuff. I'm busy with, we got our own family, kids. Like we'll try and get down there maybe once every 2 or 3 months ish, even though it's only like a hour-ish away. But like, yeah, it's just how we were. That's why I said, like, people are like, do you have regrets? I'm like, no. Like, what if I knew, like, would it, like, we have made it up here a couple more times? Sure. But like, we're good. We would have been good. But yeah, that's the only regret, is just him not being able to see any of this and not being able to be a grandfather. But the same way, like when we talked about putting down Apollo, in terms of like, I wouldn't have wanted him to force himself to stay here with that shitty quality of life, just to experience 1 or 2 more cool moments to be like, oh, I'm proud of you, right? Yeah. So, and I didn't need to hear it. I'm good. Like I said, I already know. I don't think anybody knows him better than me. Like, maybe Karen did, but like I don't think anyone knew him better than me, because I was him, like the same person. I don't know how to describe it, but we just were the same person. If there was ever a moment where it was just like somebody needs to understand Dad right now, it's like, it's Chris. Yeah, it's fine. Just don't talk to him for a minute.
Yeah, there's a lot of mediating you had to do.
Yeah, like he'll get over it in a few minutes, right? And you just go down there and be like, hey, my bad, and he'll just be like, all good. Because if you don't, then he's gonna literally sit there. He's gonna stay up all night thinking about it. Like when something would happen, like at basketball, and I wouldn't have a good game, like he would be like, "Yeah, I was up all night thinking about like those like 2 passes we didn't do right." Oh. Oh yeah, no. Like when I like the whole thing where you're like, oh, he was like dedicated to it. Like he was dedicated to everything he ever did. whether it was the dogs, right? They were always super well trained, could just leave them outside in the middle of a town with cars, and he could just let them out, call them back. Like he just, anything he did, he was just, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's like, I would not be able to be doing any of this like without him. And there's like a lot of traits that I took from him, like that. Everything I've ever done in my life, I have done well because I always just work really hard at it. Like I'm 100% invested. If I'm going into being a manager at Walmart, I'm getting promoted 6 times in 3 months, or not 3 months, 3 years. If I decide to pursue a sport, you know, like, oh, I'll just go do semi-pro football. Like we're making the all-star team, you know, against people who have played college football, just because like, it's just, I will not allow myself not to put in the same amount of work.
I know.
Because that's all he did. When I want to stream for a living, here we are 5 years later, about to celebrate it. Here, we're going to do a podcast. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, they always say the famous people, they only stream or have YouTube videos to a few hundred people for a few years, and then they get really popular. So, maybe, I don't know.
That's all it is. It's just, I mean, the podcast space is very hard. There's a lot of people doing a lot of podcasts, and the difference is like, we won't delve too much in this because I always talk about analytics and all this different stuff I was looking at, but like, we have to get, random people to listen to us talk instead of somebody else talk.
Yeah.
Why
are they going to care about us?
Yeah, why you? That's just always the question you have to answer in content creation is, why are they watching you instead of the Call Her Daddy podcast or Joe Rogan podcast or any of the other ones that have hundreds of millions of listeners? I'm just going to listen to these random 2 people talk about his dad dying. But that's just, this podcast, in terms of recognizing it's being done well, it is. Little different lighting could be done, a little bit more investment into some stuff is done. But I mean, we have alternating cameras automatically. Cool. It's a start.
Yeah.
But I mean, in terms of like production quality to start something, like it's pretty solid. A lot of people just start with like a phone sitting at like a table and they're just like talking or whatever. So, episode 15 out of 52 this year. We do have to get caught up for the subathon that's in 6 weeks, which means we will have to have at least 4 episodes ready before the subathon starts, just in case.
We should probably do some extra ones this week since the kids aren't at school.
I think that's going to put us right around an hour-ish. Let me think if there's any last things, because like we talked about that one podcast where it's like, you die twice. You die when you die, and then you die the last time somebody talks about you or says your name or remembers you or whatever. So I was like, when I got reminded that he passed away today, I was like, well, this will be a good way to tell his story.
Yeah.
So summarized, he married my mom. I don't know how they ever got along, but they got married.
No.
Had 2 kids, got divorced pretty early, co-parented reasonably well.
Yeah.
Even I have a very good memory of even as a child. I can't think of many times where my parents were at odds. I knew they didn't get along, but there wasn't many times where it's just like there's constant unsafe or unhappy. Like he would come over for Christmas and we'd go back and forth. He'd pick me up, bring me to basketball, bring me back. She'd call him to come up if, she's not having she's like, you have to do homework club now because certain teachers are mad you're not doing homework for, reasons that we've talked about in the past. And I was like, I ain't going to homework club. And she's like, you're going to homework club. They say you're going to homework club, so you're going to homework club. And I'm like, not going to homework club. So, she'd call my dad. Dad come up there and he'd be like, you're not telling her no and all this stuff. So, I mean, they co-parented. Like, she called him to come up to talk to me, at her house, right? Long story short, I did homework club for a week, and then I stopped going.
Homework club.
Yeah, it was dumb. Fun. Yeah, they're like, we're creating homework club just because of this ideals you have that you refuse to do homework, and I was like, whatever, buddy. Yeah, he beat up some of my mom's not good boyfriends. I remember that.
Good dad.
Yep. Yep. We would always every weekend he would bring us to the movies. We would go see something, and then we would get McDonald's or something, and then like get Pokemon cards to open up, and then we'd come here and we would go to Village Video, which was a VHS tape place, and I would always get like scary movies and watch them here, and I would watch them upstairs in his room or the other room once Doug passed, or when at some point Doug moved down here, and my dad kept the top half of the house, he kept the bottom half, and I would just stay in that room. And then he would get us, then I would have friends over, and he would get us donuts from the store with like orange juice and just like bring it up to the room, and we would just hang out. And then I would go back to my mom's on Sunday nights and then stay there until the next following Friday. But then he coached me in, like he was our coach for all of youth commission for all of elementary school. So first grade all the way through fifth for baseball. He coached me when I did football. He coached all of our basketball. And then all the time we were just doing sports or going on hikes or something. So.
I like how involved he was.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Like I said, only a few fights. Equal amount of fault from both, probably. Equal amount of stubbornness from both. Equal amount of whatever, let's get over it from both.
You think you'll coach?
I just don't have time.
Yeah.
But, yeah, whatever they want to do, like I'll be there. Yeah. In terms of like taking the time to like coach other kids, like, cause like the same thing, I wouldn't be able to offer or do something and half-ass it. I would need to put time into it and even put time into outside of stuff.
Yeah.
And, I think it'd be more that like I would let somebody else coach and I would help Liam specifically.
Yeah.
On our own, or Caroline.
Mm-hmm.
On our own with stuff. So, but yeah, that's the story of our dad.
What an episode.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll remember it next year. I probably won't remember. I won't remember it until later in the day. The only negative of streaming is like that I have no idea what day. Like I know what day of the week it is because I have like a schedule, sponsors, stuff around that. But like I don't know like, oh, it's your mom's birthday. Like thanks Facebook. Like yeah. I won't have any idea. Like right.
Facebook is so good for that.
Like yours, Liam's, Caroline's. Like I'll remember like 3/27, 5/15, 11/23, 11/26, 20.
11/16.
Why do I always do that?
That was her due
11/16/21.
Her due date was like the day before Thanksgiving, but she was a week early.
11/16/21 because you always go by fives. 11 to 16 to 21 because that's her birthday.
Oh.
No, because Jen's is close to that date, and so is Steve's.
Yep.
So. Yep. That's going to be it for the episode. Now my dad is immortalized on YouTube.
Yep. I'm glad that you have that voicemail on something.
I'm glad it's going somewhere besides just on my phone in case something weird happened.
Because there's been so many times I've thought about like trying to take your phone and do something, but then I was like, no, because I'm stupid and I would somehow delete it or something. Because I just really wanted you to have it on something else other than your phone.
Yep. I know Jen has like a voicemail too, but that's pretty much all we have. Or like those things he wrote us, which is why I was going to use the Alex Warren song at first, because he talks about how his dad always like wrote him a letter because he knew he was going to pass away, and he hasn't read it yet, and he's going to read it apparently right now, or probably already has. And then he wrote him that song, and it talks about like writing a letter to him and missing him and stuff like that. And I was like, maybe I'll use that. But then the James Blunt song just made more sense as a
super sad but
grown man losing a father. But Yeah. Yep. So,
Good times.
yep. Gonna be a lot of shitty moments that we gotta go through like this.
Yeah.
But like I said to you when I talk about stuff, I'm like, you can either like think about this stuff and be like, oh, why would I want to think about that? It's sad. It's like, yeah, but like, it just makes me appreciate like our day off tomorrow with the kids.
Yeah.
Because I know my mom's going to pass, my grandma's going to pass, your parents are. More friends over the next 10, 15 years. If we get another pet, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
At some point, all of those things are going to happen. And just like with me and my dad, it's like, well, why are we going to be upset today? It's not happening today. So like, let's just enjoy today, right? Those things are going to guaranteed happen, which means you need to enjoy life while it's here.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, my dad probably didn't expect to fall and hit his head.
Yeah.
And then I didn't expect for him to be gone 2 days later and be like, oh, well, fuck. So I didn't expect Buddy to have a heart attack. I didn't expect whatever happened to Matt Coe to happen to Matt Coe. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
you never know. Like, so why spend, you know, do your due diligence. Like, don't be anxious. Be aware of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talked about last episode, go to your primary care.
Mm-hmm.
Do your due diligence on eating healthy and working out. Not even work, just exercise, walk, I don't know, something. Extend
Get those
the,
10,000
not just
steps.
the quantity of life, but extend the quality of your life.
Yeah. Yeah, this week we started working out and
Yep.
doing our better eating and whatnot again for the millionth time.
Yeah,
Millionth Monday.
March screwed me over.
Yeah.
Back pain, sick, colonoscopy and endoscopy. It's like the first month I've missed of like just whatever, but we're back on track. If you guys haven't followed the channel and you guys want more depressing content like this,
Oh my
be
God.
sure to follow, subscribe. The channel's doing all right. You know, some of them are only getting like 40, 50 views a video, but we're committed to the full year.
Mm-hmm.
These things take time.
Yep.
The thing you can do if you're like, I want them to be able to keep doing this, tell people to check out the channel.
Yeah.
Don't tell them to watch it. Telling somebody to watch something is like, I don't know. Just tell them to check it out. Check out one of the episodes that you think is a cool episode, or if, you know, somebody lost their, I don't know, show them this episode. If you're like, yo, this guy lost his dad and talked about it. Here, listen to this.
Have a good cry.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it's good. It's good to think about. I feel like this video was not deserved or warranted. It was necessary to, like, when somebody passes away. Somebody asked me about this recently, where they're just like, you have advice on grief? And I was like, yeah, don't be afraid of it. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I like grief, not because I like that it happened, but because they deserve my grief. They deserve for me to be sad when I think about him. Like, yeah, I hope, you know, when I pass, that Liam thinks about me from time to time and is like, damn, I really, really miss him. Like, I hope that happens. I don't, like, that's what grief is. So it's like, yeah, just accept it. Like,
You want to have a big enough impact on someone's life.
yeah, like, don't be depressed.
Exactly.
Like sit here, talk about it one night, be sad about it, think about some like happy memories or something like that, and yeah, be sad for a little bit. That's okay. Something like, don't avoid it. It's not scary. It's just, yeah, my dad died. It sucks. I miss him. Wish he could see all these things. Wish he could be a grandpa, but I don't get that, and they don't get that, and that sucks. And then you move on to tomorrow, and you just go chill and hang out again. And then, you know, 3 or 4 months down the road, maybe you think about it again. It's like, yeah, you should think about it pretty often. Yeah. It'll never, you know, I don't like when they say like it gets easier. It really doesn't. You just have other stuff you gotta do. You get busy, and then at some point you take some time and reflect and think about it, and you get sad again, and then you get over it and you go do something, and then you just keep doing that forever.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what they deserve. They deserve me to be sad. That's what anyone wants. Like, I don't think anyone wants to pass and have people be like, I'm fine now. Like, you want people to be sad.
Yeah.
Of course. Like, that's how you live on. People remember you.
Mm-hmm.
And if I didn't talk about this, or if I didn't talk about it from time to time, or make a sad video or what, I don't know.
Yeah, you want their memory to live on.
It would do a disservice to the man that he was, or the man that I am. So, yeah, be sad. It's okay. Don't avoid it. Just let it all in, be sad, and then, you'll be sad less, or you'll think about it less.
Mm-hmm.
And then every once in a while, you just revisit it, and yeah, I don't know. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine to be sad. I don't know why people avoid it. It's just like, you be sad for a minute, and then you're fine.
You just have to be able to sit with the emotions. That's what my first therapist said.
Yeah, I don't know.
And know that it won't last forever.
Nothing
like
lasts forever. Nothing.
Yeah.
Sadness doesn't last forever. Happiness doesn't last forever. And nothing lasts forever.
Yeah.
Good things, bad things. It's all temporary. Life is temporary. Today is temporary. Enjoy today. Tomorrow might suck. Enjoy April. Like we were just talking about, we had a dope 2025. So far 2026 has been ass. At least March, right? So it's like, yeah.
But that's how last year started too.
But that's what I talked about with people on stream the other day. I was like, March sucked. And they're like,
March
oh, sorry to hear that.
always sucks.
And I was like, it's all good. It's just part of life. Like, I can't have a good April. I can't have a good, like, every month can't be good. I'm going to have really shitty years.
Yeah.
Over the next X amount of years, there's going to be shitty months. There's going to be really challenging times. And more stuff like this that I'm going to have to go through. It's inevitable. So, like, enjoy this month. Like, this might be a dope month.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
Who knows? We could just have bad years, like 5 years in a row. Who knows? Yeah, it could just suck forever. Yeah. At some point, we're going to get news that's going to be like, oh, our lives are just shittier now.
Stop.
It's just inevitable. It's all right, though. It's just life. Enjoy the good times. Make it through the bad times. I don't know. I talked about this that one time. I'm like, I just enjoy life.
Mm-hmm.
I still enjoyed March. It sucked, but like, I'd rather have it happen than not happen.
Yeah. I just need some sunshine in New York.
Like, I'd prefer, like, to not hurt my back and not be sick 3 times and not get screwed over for, $20,000 I didn't expect to spend. But sit there and think about, there's a lot, crappier moments that other people are experiencing right now.
Yeah, for sure.
It's all about
perspective. They wish that was their struggle.
They wish, like, oh, you can afford to just have $20,000 and just not, be screwed over forever, and you can afford to get the new car. Yeah, like, yeah. There's a lot of hard work being able to go into, like, affording that and budgeting that and making sure that if something like that happened, we were okay and blah, 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 blah. Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why I say it's always a matter of perspective on how you think about things.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see sad stories about stuff and see somebody showing a TikTok of, like, their daughter they lost that got cancer at 11 months old, and it's like, still want to complain about your March? And I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
Right? Like that. I can sit there and be sad for a second, which I am. It's like, damn. But then it sits there and puts it into perspective. I don't still feel sad now. Like I'm just not thinking about it anymore. It wasn't my kid, and I'm not thinking about it anymore. So it's like the sadness feeling is gone. But it's like, helps put things into perspective when I'm like, oh, my crappy March. It's like you got sick a few times, hurt your back, and now it's better, and lost out on some money that you're gonna, work to recoup this year. It's like someone just lost their 11-month-old. Yeah, someone's 11-month-old daughter just got cancer, buddy. Like, that's why I tell myself in my brain. Maybe not the most positive way of going about it, but it keeps me grounded, right? It's just like,
whatever works
not like
for you.
Not like get over it, but just like, ooh, poor you on your March, Chris. But like, I don't know, that's just how I handle my brain. Just kind of just like the same thing when I like make excuses. I'm like, yeah, it really worked out. Had a tough March. It's like I'm in my brain. I'm like, you're fucking making excuses. Just
tiny violin.
Yeah, you're making excuses, buddy. Just you can find 20 minutes. Go fucking work out. So anyway, we're gonna just ramble on. These episodes always end up being like an hour and 15, 20 minutes. While I try to end them at around an hour.
Because you always go to end it and then you get off on another tangent about something.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done content too long to where I just feel they're just like, how do you just find stuff to talk? I don't know, man. Like I need to do this. Nobody wants to watch me just sit there and play games in silence, just being like, no, like nobody cares. Like, I mean, yeah, nobody cares. All right, we'll see you guys next episode. Goodbye.
Bye.